No.
Okay, everybody out there in TV land, I'm filling in for Russell. Russell is temporarily out. So
Monty Hall.
I'd like to start this meeting, and I'd like to turn it over to the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Mark Laurie.
What a wonderful opening there, Monty Hall. Many of you are too young to remember Monty Hall, but he was good. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to our board review session, Becky and Angelo. It's good to see you. We don't want to interrupt your meeting in any way, but we have a public meeting going on here, and it's to do the business of the people. And we want to make sure that we get it done in a timely and professional manner. So as Tony said, our leader, Russ Petrozzi, is convalescing, and we wish him, and he's on. He can't leave us. He's on. So Russ, we wish you a speedy and healthy recovery. And I'm telling you, 10 years as superintendent, I can't remember the last time you weren't here. But we all wish you a speedy recovery. You make us better.
Thank you, Mark.
You make us better.
Thank you, and I haven't missed a meeting in 25 years. I think.
Not the year you were born, Angelo. The last time Russ missed a meeting. The last time Russ missed a meeting. Seriously, though, we have a kind of a cattywampus rhythm to the meetings of the month. We'll begin today with a couple of short presentations featuring Niagara Falls High School. We'll do an agenda review, and then there is an executive session that we need to attend to as close to 6:15 as possible. There will be no action taken out of executive session, and there will also, we'll be able to close the meeting at that point. So what I would like to do is recognize one of our signature programs at Niagara Falls. It's our PS2 program. It's the ability to give students at Niagara Falls outside experiences, so that we're giving them the experiential base along with the knowledge base to be prepared for the world of work or the world of college, university, what have you. And for a couple of years now, we've had this outstanding opportunity to have students under the direction of Mark Dahl, one of our outstanding leaders in the PS2 program, take students, and the students are clapping for him already, take students on a trip to Allegheny. So if the students would come forward with Mr. Dahl, would you come forward, please? We'll start right here, and they have about a 8 to 10 minute presentation. And I'm going to ask the two young men to introduce themselves first. We'll start with the legend. Who are you?
Hello, my name is Saquon.
Now we got to hear it officially.
Hello, there we go. My name is Saquon Mitchell.
Tell us what you are, junior, senior?
And I'm a senior at Niagara Falls High School.
Okay, thank you very much, Saquon.
I'm Michael Richards. I'm a senior at Niagara Falls High School.
And we're really proud that you're our students, and I know your mom's here. She's a teacher in the district, and we're blessed and thankful to have her as one of our great teachers at Cataract Elementary School. So, Mr. Dahl, who would like to introduce this? And who are you, sir?
I'm Mark Dahl. I would like the boys to introduce it.
Oh, sure.
Basically, we're here just to thank everyone, especially administrative staff and Mrs. Villardo, for having faith in us to go and take the kids for a couple nights. So I'm going to just kind of turn it over to them.
Thanks. Mark, thank you for all your work. And, you said something. We have taken a lot of faith in our kids, because to take kids overnight anywhere, even great kids like Saquon and Michael, there's a lot that goes into that. So, Michael and Saquon, the show is yours. So tell us what you have.
Do you want the video first, or what do you want to do?
You're in charge, Michael.
You want to do the video first? Yeah, video first. Basically, I'm a big guy in media, so I record almost both trips in October, and we went in May, and I got a video of both trips. If you turn your head.
Where is the trip to, and where'd you go?
We went to Allegheny State Park. We stayed in the Red House Inn. Yeah, the Red House Inn. It's like a little Camp Allegheny. You want to talk?
Yeah, it's like these cabins, they're super, good. I don't know. They're super comfortable, and also just the whole vibe of Allegheny was super friendly, and it taught us a lot more about the outdoors and, what it is to be a ranger or anything involving that field.
So what is the purpose of the trip?
To learn, basically. We went outside and we had very good, we love one of our tour guides. His name is Randy. You'll see him in the video. He's a really cool dude. We got pulled in the first day. He talked about, we went over like safety and everything else about that. And then the next day, or later on, we went out to like 2 hikes, I want to say.
2 hikes.
And then the next day we went, the seniors went to like the second time returners. We went to Old Fire Tower and we got to go up and high, like look over the skies. It was really cool, honestly.
It really is amazing.
So you got in touch with nature, you got in touch with Allegheny, a place you've never been. How many students went?
On this trip, there's 24.
24, we took 24 students to Allegheny for a trip. Let's see the video. Hopefully all 24.
Not all.
Okay, Mr. Velardo's on his game. The Dodgers won 2 out of 3 this weekend against the Yankees, so he's on his game. Let's see what you have, gentlemen.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. About an hour, 24 minutes away. We're at Camp Allegheny, bro.
At Allegheny State Park, we're ready to have some fun. 15 years of my career here, much like Tom's career as well.
Not gonna lie, I love this place. We'll do good in the goal, man.
Have a great day, and we'll talk.
An hour and 12-minute drive to Allegheny. Last trip, last one. I'm back. We're back. Oh my God, my bed. We're back in Allegheny.
Nice job, Mike. I'm going to give you a couple reflections, and then I would like you to wrap it up. But you know what really moves me by that video? The camaraderie and the friendship that you have with a diverse set of classmates, and the acceptance and tolerance and fun you have coming through Niagara Falls High School. And I know it was to learn about the outdoors and the environment and learn about Allegheny, but all the pride that I had in watching that was watching the group get together and stay together and make memories that you'll probably talk about 30 years from now.
When you all in the cabin together and you hear everyone snoring next to you, you get a bond with everybody. This kid kept me up probably. He kept moving every couple of hours. Would wake up.
I'm a tough sleeper.
I'm a light sleeper, so you get a bond with everyone there, honestly, because we had the returners and the new people. We were returners, so I was on the trip with him already last year, or in October.
Yeah, fall.
And it was really fun, and we really enjoyed it. I don't think we stopped smiling. It was honestly,
For real, and made a lot of new friends, a lot of people I didn't know at all. And now, we're in a group chat. We're still talking even after the trip. I didn't know Michael before fall. Now we're great friends. It's a lot.
We have a group chat and we call it A9 because that's our cabin name. Mm-hmm. So we literally go in the hallways. We're A9 because that's our cabin name. I don't know. It's just really cool. It was really fun. We had a lot of fun.
Well, I think it illustrated the fact that high school should be a place to learn, High school should be a place to make friendships. High school should be a place to break down barriers of new friends. And high school should be a place to have memories as you guys close out your senior year. And I think what Mr. Dahl did is really quite significant, because he trusted our kids. He took 24 of them. He brought 24 back. And they brought you back. And he, as a teacher, counselor, it shows how our staff, for these two gentlemen and the other 22, will go above and beyond. So we appreciate you sharing that and keeping the focus on what the focus should be: kids being happy, students being happy. So I want to say to you and to your parents and to Mr. Dahl, thanks for making your life and high school memories a little bit better. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Camping is nothing without a campfire.
Yeah.
And Mr. Rotella is here, and he cut down a few trees for us.
Brian
He brought-
Rotella?
Yeah, Brian Rotella. And he brought the firewood in for us to have a nice fire. So I want to make sure.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's the best time, yeah.
Yeah.
We rented that, we used to get it with our union hall with that.
Yeah.
I know that's like,
Yep. Good.
Well, and I'm also glad to know now what Mr. Rotella does during the day. So it's really quite insightful of you, Mr. Dahl, to share what he does. Sorry, Mrs. Dunn, what Mr. Rotella does during the day. You know, he is good. I just think it's great that, and we took 10 minutes to show our community. I just love to look at you and show what good friendships you've made, and it says about who we are. Mrs. Dunn, do you want to say something?
How were the kids chosen? What qualified them to go?
At first, we go by interest, because we're trying to match kids up with their interest in the outdoors. That's first. And then from there, it's like teacher referral from other kids. You know, a lot of kids, you know, they're asked to go, and they want to go with someone that they know, so they refer. So it's kind of referral and based on interest.
Yeah. That picture says 1,000 words right there. Look at that picture. It says 1,000 words. What are you going to do next year, Michael? I know you very well, and I've spent a lot of time with you since, I think, 5th, 6th grade when I met you.
NCCC for media production, and then go from there, and then probably go to another 2-year school or 4-year school and finish my filming degree or photography degree, whatever one can take me where I want to go, and then start making connections, get my foot in the door there, and then move wherever I need to go.
I just wanted to say one thing to you. Your grandfather would be really proud of you.
Thank you.
We're proud of you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Young man, what are you going to do?
After high school, I'm going to the military. I am joining the Marines.
Oh, my
And
God.
I'm going to be taking college in the Marines, so I'm going to go for culinary, because, you know, my dream is to be a chef. So if I do choose to leave the Marines, I do hope to open up my own restaurant to, you know, be the boss of and help my future.
Well, hey, on behalf of all of us, going into a branch of the military, especially the Marines, is such an honorable thing for you to do. We wish you luck, health, and safety. And when you open a restaurant up, let us know. We'll come by for free food. All right? There's a few people at the table who might know a little bit of something about opening up a restaurant. You know, somebody at the table. For a very small price, you could even buy that place, I think. Last question. What's your culinary special? You're talking to a restaurant owner. What's your culinary special?
It's something more like personal to me, because my mom and, you know, my aunts, they used to make it all the time. It's just a simple like shrimp Alfredo. It's one of my favorite. I love seafood. I also love, you know, pasta, cheese, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you all. Nice job.
Thank you.
Love having our students here. Love having our students here. Ms. Villardo, Mr. Ventry, Mr. Ruffalo, Paul Bunyan, you want to come up? Thanks. Maria, thanks a lot. We've had a nice
know.
week, you and I. Maria, we've had a really good week together. We got work done, and you're laughing. Thanks, Maria. Paul Bunyan's sitting in the front seat there, I see.
Good evening.
Yeah. So, it's that annual time of year when we take a good hard look at graduation, which is just 3 weeks away. And of course, Ms. Velardo will tell you more about that, but I wanted to say to the team, to the staff, to the teachers, to the community, we had a good year, a really good year
Yes.
at Niagara Falls High School. It's not over yet. You got some of the challenging things ahead of you, but you come a long way. I really believe the safety of the building has completely changed, and for a good reason. It was always good, for a very good reason. Our alternative programs, I know Mr. Ruffalo, you have a hand in those. Our alternative programs hit a new high, especially big picture. And I know that we'll have a great finish. So what we'd like to have Ms. Velardo do is give her annual report on where we are as we walk into graduation.
Yes, and thanks for having us. And I just want to mention that Ms. Rotella Zafuto wishes she could be here this evening, but she has a family wedding this weekend and the rehearsal dinner is tonight. So she apologizes that she couldn't join us. I just have a few slides following our format that we typically follow to report where we stand for this year. Starting with our cohort data, and if I could just remind you that cohort means the students who walked into Niagara Falls High School in September of 2021. Every single student, 510 of them, give or take, who walked in September 2021 count as the cohort for this year. If a student transfers to another school, they come out of our cohort with the documentation. If they come in, they come into our cohort. That's why I say 510 give and take. 510 is where we are at now. So you can see the top line there. We have 386 kids that we consider to be graduates at this point. Of course, they still have 5 school days left, but they are, pretty much substantially done with their high school credits and exams. We have 50 students that we are considering pending, and I'm going to talk on the next slide of why we consider them pending. We have 69 students who we are considering non-graduates at this point. They just have too much to do that we don't think that they will complete work. Although that number was actually 70 last week, and we had a kid who owed a ton who just had a complete turnaround. So, never say never for those kids, but when we come up with these estimates, that's what we look at. And then we have 5 students who are in our special education programs that by design stay until they are 21 years old. Those are not students who typically graduate with a diploma. They get their SAC is the credential that they graduate with. Those students, unfortunately, will never count as graduates for us. They count as non-grads. They do not count against us as dropouts, though.
But it's a point, and I know it's only 5.
Yeah,
and
this year it's only 5.
And we love those students.
Yes, we do.
And we respect the fact that they're there, they could stay till they're 21 years, 364 days. But it is blatantly wrong to count those 5 kids as non-graduates.
Yes.
Blatantly wrong. It sounds like an excuse. Those students are working to their full capacity.
They are.
And yet the state, in their formula, decides to count them as non-graduates. So,
And hopefully with the Blue Ribbon Commission and the new way that we're going to transform New York, that won't happen anymore, but we have yet to see, I believe, right?
right. It's a blatant error on New York State Education Department's fault.
Yes, and I do want to point out that each of the slides features a student. We have an Instagram page, NFHS Decisions 2025, where students have been posting their future plans. So I pulled a couple of kids for each of our slides. So here's Mackay Spencer, who's going to Buff State next year.
Mechanical engineering, pretty nice.
Yeah, just mechanical. We have so many kids going into engineering and like the sciences, like biology, medical. It's insane. When we were at National Honor Society this week, I mean, kids are like, my favorite class is AP Chem. Man, how many kids like AP Chem?
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
But just for those watching, here's a young graduate going in for mechanical engineering.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yep. So to break down a little bit of those students who we don't expect to graduate with their cohort this year, 18 of those students who are pending that we do hope will maybe make it by June 26th, they need credits. That means they are behind in those 22 credits. Some of them are still working. Like I said, we are still pushing, we are doing home visits, we are calling, we are doing everything we can to have them complete their credits. These students are a little bit easier. We have a little more local control over that. 32 students need Regents exams. This is the one we have a lot less control over. And this is a higher number than we've had in the last few years because we are moving further away from the COVID exemptions and special appeals. Again, 5 special education students out of these 50 pending students, or it's the 50 plus the 5 who are staying beyond their 4 years. And
Ms. Villar, that's a good point, though. We got to a graduation rate of 85%,
right.
And everybody said, oh, yeah, you got that because you got the COVID exemptions. You got that because you used the COVID rules that every district in New York State used. We're doing it without the COVID rules, and we're going to be at 82%.
Correct.
Is it where we need to be? Absolutely not. They know the charge. I want to see a 9 in front of it.
Yes.
But that drop wasn't what everybody said. Oh, get rid of the COVID rules and they're going to go back down to
60s.
To 60s. Not true.
Yeah, and I probably went a little too fast here. Our anticipated grad rate is between an 80 and 82%. Because we have 50 students who are pending, that number could swing, still a decent amount. We are at June 5th and we have kids work until the day of graduation. So, we are doing our best to predict where we will be. As Mr. Laurie said, we know we'd love to see that number in the 90s and we are still working towards that. But this year has been one of the more challenging one because we still have 32 students who need to pass Regents exams. The remaining 69 kids that we are considering non-grads or long stretches at this point, this didn't just happen this year. Remember, these are kids that, we have kind of been working with for 4 years, but absenteeism and school disengagement over 4 years has been the problem. And it comes from, high rates of poverty in our city. It comes from kids who, choose to work or have family obligations. And again, we do everything we can to keep them engaged in school. And we will continue to do everything we can to keep them engaged in school. Just because they don't cross the finish line in 4 years does not mean they won't cross the finish line.
Thank you for saying that, because the unwritten rule, the unspoken rule is we do not give up on those students until they're 21 years old.
That's correct.
We carry them. We don't just, we carry them. We will get some of them.
Yes.
The unfair part of the New York State education system, and it sounds like I'm being overly defensive, but I feel this way in my heart and in my educational philosophy, is who said that everybody needs to graduate in 4 years? I'll take a 5th year or 6th year graduate. I'll take it. They still got to the same place. So when they publish the statistics, they publish the 4 year. I'll take whatever year you graduate and wear it with honor, because those kids, as we say at the September graduation, had more perseverance.
That's right.
Again, another thing that I think state education department should come to realize. We all learn at different paces. We all learn at different rates. I can tell you that from 3 children of my own. So I find it to be a very unfair statement about a 4-year graduation rate, when every piece of research, and this is not an excuse, says that everybody learns at a different pace and a different rate. Thank you for letting me dive.
You're welcome. Actually, before I go on, I wanted to point out that the state did introduce a new exemption this year.
Yes.
The major life event exemption. I don't know why I can't get this language in my head, but basically the state is saying for if a student has a major life event that significantly impacts their ability to pass a Regents exam, that they could be exempted from that Regents exam. Because it's a first year, we are still kind of working through the details of that, but it might include things like cancer treatment, loss of a parent, homelessness. So we are gathering information from our counselors. We are still preparing kids to take the exams. We still plan to have them sit for the exams, but there may be some students who qualify for that exemption out of those 32 students who are pending Regents exams.
And I'm really glad that the state has done that, and I appreciate you bringing it up, Ms. Filardo. God forbid if a parent died in the middle of the year and you didn't pass one exam, but you've done 22 credits and 4 exams, and God forbid your parent dies while you're trying to get prepared for an exam. Mrs. Villardo has the ability to recommend to me to waive that exam. We will not do it cavalierly. We will
Right.
not do it
No.
inappropriately because A, that's not ethical, and B, we'll be audited.
Right.
But we are going to honor a student who has cancer who couldn't take an exam.
Right.
Or a parent.
It could be for all exams, yes. And the student still has to show proficiency in the course. Yes, so the
Right.
coursework still has to be
Yeah,
there.
that's a good point.
Correct.
That's right.
Correct.
Thank you, Nick. That's a good
Yep.
point. You still have to do your work, but it's just the exam got you.
Right.
And I will pledge to you, board and public, I will report to you at the proper time how many
Major life event.
major life
Got it.
event graduates we had. I'm thinking we're probably between maybe 5 and 8.
Yes, that's what
5
we're
and 8
expecting.
students who had that kind of a traumatic life experience.
Right.
But we'll report that to you so that you know. But that is a major change in state regulation.
Correct. So as we were talking about those 69 students.
How about that young lady?
Oh, yes. So Jayla Crockett enrolling in the U.S. Army as a cargo specialist. Yeah, very proud of her. As we were talking about, we have, so of the kids who are graduating on June 26th, we'll have between 386 and 436 who are cohort graduates. So those are the kids who entered in 2021 and graduated in 4 years. We have 11 past cohort kids graduating. So these are our perseverance kids. These are kids who didn't make it with their original class but have stuck with it. We do have, is it one kid? I can think of one kid, a special education student, who is a 6-year grad. He disappeared, he ghosted us for a while. He called up this year and said, I want to come back. He's done it a couple times already. I said, okay, not really thinking he would do it, and here he is. He's going to walk the stage.
2 things, but the state doesn't recognize that in our
Right.
report.
His diploma will recognize it, which
His
is nice.
diploma recognizes it. We're proud of him, and I never heard of ghosting as an educational term. But go ahead. But go ahead.
Write it down. And then we have 11 students who are out of district placements, so Niagara Academy, Stanley Falk. They are Niagara Falls City residents. They will be considered Niagara Falls City School District graduates. We include them in all of our senior events and celebrations, including graduation. Usually not all of 11 of them come, but a number of them usually do choose to participate and graduate. All of their schools hold their own graduation celebrations as well. We also have 5 students who are graduating ahead of their cohort. So they graduated usually in 3 years. So we do have 5 students graduating ahead of cohort this year. Yes.
They count.
They count.
Why shouldn't the ones that graduated a year later count?
Right.
Okay, I'll calm down.
Yes.
Who's the student?
That is Jack Petronsky. His mother is actually one of our school
Yes.
counselors. He's been a very big participant in our media program for a number of years. And he is starting his own business, a media production business. Yep. Yep, so I wanted to capture the fact that we have students going into college, career, and the military, and we support all of those things at Niagara Falls
And a
High School.
restaurant owner.
And a restaurant owner, yeah. So as we always like to share, our 25th annual high school commencement ceremony is June 26, 2025 at 6 p.m. on our football field. I always have to put the sun up because it's good luck. And we are gonna, Mr. Ventry, is he in charge of the weather again?
Mr. Ventry is in charge of the weather. He promises today 72 degrees with a light northwest wind, 5 miles out of the northwest.
All right.
And a successful 4,000 student event.
Yes.
4,000
People
attend
Yes.
event. It'll be very safe. Chief Del Porto has everything worked out. And
Yes.
It'll be safe. And those 3 graduates on the screen?
Well, that's me and Miss Rotella with one of our favorite graduates from last year.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a beautiful picture. Questions for Ms. Villardo
Yep.
or the team?
And I just want to also share, we've got a busy month of June with all of our senior events. It's our favorite time of year. We're exhausted. Somebody asked me, non-educator, is your school year winding down? And I said, at the high school, we wind up and then we go off the edge of the cliff.
Right.
Yep.
So that'll save me, but look, I'll save my report at the end. June 11th is Senior Awards Night. It's in the gym. It's very, very nice. And it will, lots of scholarships.
Yes.
The senior parade, a little change here?
Yes, we, pre-COVID used to do it on a Friday. During COVID, moved to a Saturday. We are back to a Friday this year, so that starts at 11:30, following our pep rally. So our underclass students will go home early, and we will keep seniors there. They decorate their cars. We will parade down Hyde Park, through Hyde Park, and back to the high school, where we will hold a picnic for our seniors.
Prom, post-prom?
Yes, so at the convention center and post-prom back at Niagara Falls High School.
Rehearsal, and then the 26th, same, there's nothing new the board should recognize for graduation
No, same as we've done the last few years. It's been successful.
on our campus, safely on our
Yes.
successful 1 hour and 41 minutes.
I got it.
Okay. Mrs. Dunn is pushing me hard for these shirts. I'll talk about the shirt in a
Yeah.
moment, but she's pushing.
You want a
hard.
shirt? Got you.
She's pushing hard.
Okay, we'll get you all. Anybody else want shirts?
Question?
I have a question.
Sure.
I have one question. Mr. Valerdo, if there are any students who have the inability to purchase the prom tickets,
We help them out.
thank you. And
Yes.
if not, let us know.
We have a student fund that they usually work through our social workers. Our social workers let us know that it's a student in need, and we have money to help. That goes for caps and gowns, yearbooks, and prom tickets. Yes.
No one will be denied.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. No one will be denied. You've had a great year. Let's finish even stronger.
We will, absolutely. We've had a great year, and our staff has been great. Our students have been just fantastic. I give the students all the credit. They've made this year a nice year in the building.
You know, I'll do this now if I may. This was in my summary, but I'll do it now. I just want to take you on a journey of the last week at Niagara Falls High School. Last Thursday, we were absolutely blown away by a 25th anniversary documentary done by the students that was a retrospective, really from 1992 to current, all produced by students. I thought it was PBS quality, and people have watched it and talked about it throughout this community. That started a really wonderful last week, because on Friday, we received an email from the high school that our chess team, finished 15-0, 15 wins, no losses, in interscholastic competition across Western New York. It then moved into Saturday, when I received a text from Mrs. Velardo to say that our band is in Boston, Massachusetts, competing in Boston, Mass., and our band, our great music program, won the Esprit de Corps Award, the Percussion Award, the Jazz Award, the Parade Award, the Concert Award. An individual student was the best jazz soloist. And it was like, wow, they took all this hardware home. They went to Niagara Falls High School. It then moved to a chilly Saturday night, but for the first time since 1999 and the first time in the history of the new Niagara Falls High School, the Wolverine baseball team won the Section 6 AAA baseball title, to be moving to tomorrow's competition where they're going to win the Far West Regional to go to the state championship. It's huge. It's an unbelievable team. They suffered some real adversity losing one of their best players, and they still pulled together and bonded closer than most teams I've ever seen. And they're talented, and they're all the next thing that happened. On Monday, Mr. Contento sent me an email that said all of our spring sports teams are scholar athletes, meaning that the varsity team all had an average of 90% or better on 9 of our sports teams. It didn't stop then. Monday night went to probably one of the best honor society inductions that I've been to in a long time, with the seniors on the stage getting up to introduce the college that they were going into, from mechanical engineering to a young lady who's going to be a brain surgeon. They go to Niagara Falls High School, but it didn't stop. It didn't stop then, and it hasn't stopped then, because tomorrow, in addition to the baseball team winning in the Rochester Stadium, right over here at the Capitol Theater, we're going to go to a film festival. 6 of our students, as part of a team, wrote, directed, produced, and developed their own short films. They're being shown at the Capitol Theater with a red carpet. It doesn't stop there, because Saturday and Sunday, 40 of our track athletes are getting on a bus. They're going to Falconer. They're going to compete for the state championship there, 40, and they're going to stay overnight. It's like, it was a magical week of Niagara Falls High School students. They go to Niagara Falls High School. I'm bullish on our students. I defend them like you can't believe. It even went backwards to this morning when I got up and went to LaSalle Prep. At LaSalle Prep this morning, I attended the P-TECH signing ceremony. 50 students, 50, 8th grade students, 50, signed up to come to Niagara Falls High School next year and be in a P-TECH cohort of computer applications or mechanical engineering. In addition to the 50 students that were there, they all had one parent, grandparent, uncle, or aunt with them to fill the LaSalle auditorium with over 100 people at 8 o'clock in the morning. I have a real hard time. Accepting the fact that our school is, if not as good as, better than any schools in New York State. Those are our kids. Those are our kids. So I meant to conclude with that, but while you're here, I wanted to share that. And I probably forgot 7 other things that happened. Acts of kindness, a pair of students hugging each other because they met on a camping trip. I don't know. You be the judge, and you talk about it, and you talk about what we need to do and not do. While you're here, I'll go into one more of my updates, because this is really going to be a lift at the high school. But today, or yesterday at 5 o'clock, we closed our cell phone survey. It was a 7-question survey. I just want to let you know where we are with that. The cell phone survey was created by the Technology Committee under Mr. Graneri's direction. Mr. David St. Ange, one of our integrators, created it. We received 920 responses. 920 responses to the cell phone survey. Right now, Mr. Graneri's team is using AI to sort those responses so I could present to you the findings of that survey. It is going to be a difficult policy, but a well-worth policy to implement. We're going to try to honor all of the questions in I'm thinking a couple of virtual town hall meetings. It's getting nice out, I hope, and it's hard to get people out at this time of the year. Something we did during that COVID word was we had virtual town meetings where I went on with the staff and answered live questions. It gives a lot more access to parents. We will first of all lay out kind of some plans that we have, and also answer every single one of the questions that was presented in the 920 question survey. It's not off our radar. We have to talk about it. I have to bring you a policy that we collaboratively develop with our stakeholders by August 1st. But I wanted to let you know our high school team is up for the challenge, our middle school team's up for the challenge, and certainly our elementary team's up for the challenge. How this will lay out in terms of 2 issues that we have to address is how are we going to store these cell phones, or smart devices I should say, and how are we going to notify, how are we going to have easy access for emergency notification. Those are the things that we're working on, but we wanted to really solicit feedback. Last point about the feedback, and I will show you in a couple of weeks a graph. This was the interesting thing of the feedback, the 920 surveys. It was a third, a third, a third. A third came from students, a third came from our staff, and a third came from non-staff or students. So we have a cross-section of people giving responses. And I just wanted to let you know that the high school team is making me think about that. So we'll be ready. We will be ready. Anything for our team here?
All right, thank you all for your support. We appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you at graduation.
We have one last agenda item before I ask for an executive session. And that item is to do because I believe your guest is here. So next week we have a board meeting. Dr. Holmes will be here from SUNY Niagara, good friend of ours. We have 4 golden apples. How could I forget this? I'm sorry, high school. 23 Seal of Biliteracy students. I forgot that in the week. That was Thursday. 23 students will come before you next week who can speak at least 2 languages. Some of them can speak 4. We had the state with us. 10 was our highest. So it's almost, double and a half. 23 kids. We've invited them all to come before you. We have a brief presentation of the Francis Center, then we'll review these items, and then you'll have your voting meeting. If we could go to the agenda, I'm going to move smartly through this, and Maria has personnel. Now, I'm not trying to go fast to gloss over anything, but I do want to move because you do have another executive session topic. If you'd scroll up, Ray, we have 1 bid. The bid is for the 2 plow trucks. There were 5 bids received. Bid 108 is for 2 plow trucks. The lowest apparent bidder met every specification of our bid. The total was $192,000, well within our budget. This will allow us to sell a truck and have 2 smaller plow trucks. And the key part of the bid that came in here was not just the money, but was the fact that we will have those trucks in 45 days. And the way the weather's going, in 48 days it'll start snowing. So there was another bidder who told us they couldn't have them for 150 days. So these are on site and ready to go. We did have 5 bids. We had a good suggestion, and I want to say Greenwich was the apparent low bidder. That's okay. We have Maria in a second. If you would just move through the short-term contracts, Ray, I'm going to take these in a very big chunk and move very quickly. Sergey is to help us lay out our newsletters. Noah is for a session at Niagara Falls High School. SUNY Niagara, we offered a course with SUNY Niagara on becoming a teaching assistant. It happened at Bond School, where Mr. Marino is. We had 38 applicants. What happened there is that we are paying for 20 and Dr. Holmes is paying for 18. So I thought that was a really fair deal. Dr. Holmes at SUNY Niagara is paying out of their budget for 18 of these, and we're paying for 20 of them. But we trained 38 people, 38 individuals, many of whom are associates, in getting them skilled up to become teaching assistants for us in the future. The training, even if they don't become a teaching assistant, will make them a better an associate. Then numbers 5 through the end. Chris Beanie. Our nurse practitioner has 4 months remaining on her supervision. If you're a new nurse practitioner out of college, you have to be supervised by an outside physician. Dr. Beanie had been supervising her, this is Mary Victoria Duncan, had been supervising her. She needs 4 more months to become a fully licensed nurse practitioner, and we have assisted her with having Dr. Beanie do it. She's doing a very, very good job. I met with her today and the whole team. 5 through 14 are all of Mrs. Buckman's Jamboree, the pre-K Jamboree, which is on August 7th. Is it at the fields again? Yes. It'll be at the fields. These are for our new and incoming pre-K or 4s and pre-K 3s, and it's a big jamboree, and we bring a lot of people out there, clowns, face, but we want to get young kids used to school. Our young teachers usually come out and greet their kids, and it's a nice way early in the summer to greet them. Tons of activities, free haircuts. I'll sign up for that. That's what all of those are. We move to the agenda, and the agenda items, and again, I am in no way intending to go too fast, but the agenda items are all things that we've done in the past, so if I may, and I have a couple of comments. 1, 2, and 3 are required to file our school safety plans we have to do that by July 1st. We had the hearing, we've done that. We're going to have to amend our code of conduct, members of the board and public. The reason is that when we bring the cell phone policy in, we'll have to amend that, but we'll do that by August 1st. Number 4, that is payment only to join the Small Cities Association. That's not payment for the case. That we do that every year. If we join now, we save $300. But as one of the 57 small cities, we'd like to join that group.
That has nothing to do with money. Really.
Nothing at all. No, nothing at all. It's the annual payment, like association dues, not towards the lawsuit. No, it's the association dues. And if we do it now, we save $300. So we're recommending that you approve that. 605 and 606 are agreements with SUNY Niagara. The reason these are agreements to use grant funds to pay SUNY Niagara for the college courses that our kids take in both mechanical engineering and computer applications. We use the P-TECH money, we pay SUNY Niagara, the parents don't pay anything, the school district doesn't pay anything. It does come from taxpayer money, which are grants. 607, the Francis Center, which is next to Bond, is losing their space. Unfortunately, the church has been sold. I know Mr. Marino is here, would tell you the Francis Center has been a godsend to the kids in kindergarten, first grade. We're going to give them some space at CEC. And we're going to work with cataract kids and maybe even hopefully be able to bus some Bond kids there. But we're going to give them space, and this is a leasing agreement because they've lost their home because the church does not want to. I think they've sold the church, and the new owners don't want to house the program. 608, yeah. No, sir. This is a non-rent payment. This is just that the insurance is in place, the rules are in place, the comings and goings are in place. We're not charging them rent because we don't pay their employees. We're leasing them space. And we just want to put, much like the Police Athletic League has space at Niagara Falls High School, we're offering the Francis Center space at CEC. They service only our kids. So they don't pay any rent. We give them even the lights and heat and everything else because they're taking care of 20 to 40 of our kids after school. 608 through 611, all paid for by grants. In order to get a grant, you have to have an evaluation of the grant yearly. The money to pay for these organizations that have been with us for a long time comes from the grant. You can't accept the grant money unless you evaluate it, and that's what those are. 612 is for restorative justice training. I want to point something out. 613, 612 is restorative justice payment. We're taking it out of one of our grants that ends in December. 613 is for Booker College planning. He made a presentation to you here a couple of months ago. This is for college planning. This is paid for by a grant. This is actually paid for by the P-TECH grant, the Extended School Day grant, and the School Mental Health grant. 614 is for our ELL students. It's for interpreting services. 615 through 623 are all activities for summer camp or summer programming. From Master Ketchen's Karate to Niagara Falls Memorial Medical Center, Tony Cerace for training, to the ice pavilion, Niagara Sports Pavilion, to the Bola Drum bowling area for Mr. Villardo. We had to have bowling. These are all activities that we do in the summer camp, and these resolutions, if you approve them, will allow us to make payments to those organizations that house or service our kids. 624, 616, yep, let me go through it here. Yeah, that's for the Boys and Girls Club. It's for $22,500. It's for the 15 afternoon days of our elementary program. So if I'm thinking this right, and Rick's nodding yes, our teachers teach from 9 to noon. They have lunch, and then the Boys and Girls Club come in and they supervise with our staff. Rick has our own staff there too. So they do afternoon activities. You mean to extend the day for parents? Yeah. I don't disagree with you. Yes, the answer is yes, I will look at it and give you an answer next week. Right now it ends at 3 o'clock. But I don't think it's a bad suggestion. Yeah, I'll say something about the Board of Education. The Board of Education is the leader in providing summer support for kids. So, and in the school year, we provide it till 6 o'clock. So I don't find your suggestion to be, makes sense, Mr. Consemi. I know you're enamored with Robin Zander there. Is that Rick Nielsen?
There's a rule. I'm not going to break protocol. There's a rule.
Aren't you, are you Gene Simmons? No, Jimmy, I heard you. I heard you clearly. 624, I want to pause there. Let me just give you a brief on this one, and then I'm going to tell you, we have a cell phone tower by the maintenance barn at Niagara Falls High School. I think if you think you can picture it, it's a big pole. The lease for that expires in October. We would like to consider the lease to continue because it generates about $30,000 in revenue every year. We have time. I'm just going to ask our attorney to take another look at that because it's a little bit of a convoluted and complicated lease, to be very honest with you. So 624 is about that cell tower. Becky brought it to me today, and it looks like it's about 172,000 pages. I just would like Mr. Massaro, right, Becky?
There's some money in the deal we really need.
That we flagged, and I'm not comfortable yet without his, I'm talking about Mr. Massaro, his eye through this. But that's what we're talking about. The lease expires October 26th of 25. I'm interested in gaining the revenue from that. I just want to make sure there's nothing untoward in that lease. That's all. That's all. Thank you.
Like Espelino, when I was a commissioner, and I'm not anymore. And that was Jack.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, we had, I think it was Blue Wireless had towers on top of Espelino Tower.
Yeah.
They just left them.
Yeah.
And I think that's make sure that there's no clause where they can just abandon.
Yeah. Becky came to me this afternoon, read it, and I need our attorney to take a deeper dive into that one. So that may come off, okay, but that's what that's about. 25 through... The first one was 10 years, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. So that's why I want to kind of pull the reins back a little bit, okay? I'm not afraid to say I might have moved a little too quickly. So we're going to pull the reins back, meet on Monday, and take a look. If it's not on there, you'll know why, and Angelo, I'm sure, will explain the concerns. If it's on there, then I'm sure he will reassure you that every T is crossed and I is dotted. So I just want to pull the reins back on that a little bit. You're right, it goes out for a while. Yeah. We're probably going to pull that off. We need some more time to vet it. Okay? 25 through the end are payments for capital projects. No, they're not. 25 through, if you could scroll, Ray, 25 through 31 are payments to capital projects. One note for the record, a company that we've worked with very well is John Danforth. They are 95% of their work done. We are releasing half of their retainage. We're holding 5% of the retainage, which is about $250,000. They're 95% done. They've been a good contractor. I'm gonna recommend the release of half the retainage. We will keep $250,000. They don't have $250,000 worth of work to do. We're gonna hold the $250,000, the other half of the retainage. But they've been a good company and we wanna release half of it. 2632 and 633. I would like, these are normal service agreements for fire controls, mechanical controls that I'd like Mr. Smeal to talk about.
So very quickly, we do these every year.
We need a microphone.
I'm sorry, very quickly, we do these every year either in our June meeting or our July 1 meeting, our reorg meeting. And they are for Johnson Control Fire and Johnson Control HVAC. The amounts on there for the fire side is a very nominal increase, less than a few $100s over last year. And the number that you see for the mechanical side, I honestly am still negotiating with them as of late this afternoon, but that number, I already have it down to $4,300 less than what is listed in your resolution, and I'm hoping to get it a little further. So that number you might consider to do not exceed. It was the reason I'm still negotiating with them is because I tried to get these in the June because July 1 is very close to when I will be exiting the district, and I want to get all these, loose ends tied up for the coming year.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave the meeting. What? So the bottom line is, these are routine items. Earl's negotiating price. He wants to get this wrapped up by July 1st. If we can get it wrapped up next week, we'll continue. We need these because why, Mr. Smeal?
It's everything from the chiller startups at several of our buildings to ongoing maintenance of the control systems, and then the very important annual inspections of all of our fire suppression systems, our fire, alarm systems, and general service for those, because that programming for those panels is proprietary.
Thank you. We have one policy. I'm going to ask you to waive the tabling on this. This is a new policy that's come down from the state with regard to timeout and restraint, physical restraint of children. Maria, can you talk about this briefly? Thank you for remembering to use the microphone.
Hopefully I am not exiting the district on July 1, so.
That would be crushing.
So hopefully I'm not.
No, you're not, by the way.
Anyway, we have always, twice a year, needed to report to the state of New York incidents where corporal punishment were used in our district. In 2024, the law changed, and we now have to report to the state any incidents of physical restraint, whether authorized or unauthorized, and those are defined in your policy, what's an authorized use and what's an unauthorized use. Very simply, the only type of authorized use of restraint would be to protect from the child getting hurt or the child hurting somebody else. So now we are required to put this policy in place which outlines all of the times that physical restraint is used in our district appropriately. Then there is an annual report that we have to issue to the state, and we have to document all of the times that were used, even as light as 1 minute. So the first step in this is for you to adopt this policy, which we're going to present to you, and I can go over in more detail next week before you adopt it. And then the second step would be by the end of the month of June, beginning of July, for us to go into the SIRS system and make this report of all of our incidents of physical restraint. Now, just briefly, the district does not authorize physical restraint of students. There's no timeout rooms, there's no authorized physical restraint as it's defined being prohibited under the law. A physical restraint could be something as simple as a safety officer needing to separate two students from each other if they were having a physical altercation. So it is a heightened reporting requirement. I was working with Mr. Wotton on this and Mrs. Mateer, because we initially believed it was only applicable to special education students, but in doing a deeper dive, we recognized, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Wotton, that this applies to all students in the district.
It does.
Yeah. So.
Thank you. Just for your information, as you come forward, we have always, well, in my 9 years, I could think of one instance of corporal punishment that we've had to debate whether to report, and that unfortunately had to do with a bus situation and a bus person. We always report none, which I'm pleased to tell the viewing audience. There was one unfortunate, maybe 2 years ago, when an incident happened on a bus, and that we had long discussions and decided to report it to be safe and transparent. Ms. Massaro, can you do the personnel report? And then I have 3 things and we're done. You ready? These are going to begin to get thick.
So I'm going to distribute both to you at the same time. My suggestion is that we do the review of the classified report first, because that is right now the shorter of the 2 reports. The longer one is the certificated report, because Mr. Lurie and I, but mostly Mr. Lurie, have been making some decisions regarding how to place staff next school year.
Thank you. I'll also preface this that there will be additions to this, and I will preface this also by saying there is no voting this evening on it. If a question arises between now and next Thursday, you can contact either myself or Ms. Massaro.
Okay, beginning with the classified report, you see that there aren't too many additions right now, because we'll typically go into more of that as we move into June and July. But change of status, we have a significant number of people going from probationary to permanent. That'll take you all the way from page 2 through page 4 of 6. We have no leaves of absence, and then you'll have the additional hours and the summer work. There will be more summer work on the classified report that's going to be coming to you on Tuesday this week as well. So again, the classified report is light at this time of year. We haven't begun our staffing process for next school year. What you're seeing mostly in this one is summer work and any change of status. We'll also have some maintenance information for you in our next meeting. Moving on to the certificated report. At this time of year, we try to track for you so you could see the abolishments and creations of classes. These are based on enrollment. We weekly have the schools send us their enrollment numbers, and Mr. Lurie reviews them and makes a determination at this time of year which classes to keep open, which classes to close. That is all subject to change with respect to registration as we move through the summer and children come in to the district and potentially leave the district. Next, you'll see a retirement of a longtime physical education teacher, and then you'll see the beginning of our appointments of regular substitute teachers into classrooms. And moving on. I just wanted to make, I didn't know if you wanted to make a comment, Mr. Laurie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pause. Okay.
On the side, I'm sorry for interrupting you, I'm sorry.
didn't, yeah.
We had been talking about something that I wanted to point out to him. Okay.
Okay. Moving on to page 8 of 27, we have one 60-day conversion to report to you. That's for this 24-25 school year. Then you'll see our involuntary transfers. That's on page 8 and the top of page 9 of 27. And then you'll see the voluntary transfers, and the voluntary transfers take you all the way through page 11 of 27. One thing that I'd like to add here is there have been some additional requests for voluntary transfers as late as 4 o'clock this afternoon that I haven't had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Laurie about, and you may see some additions there pending Mr. Laurie's decision.
So I wanted to say something. The involuntary transfers, first of all, the class sizes are balanced based on student numbers to the best of our ability at a moment in time. The involuntary transfers are based on contractual provisions that we follow in conjunction with the union. The voluntary transfers are also give contractual parameters about how they occur. It has been my continued practice to try to honor as many voluntary transfers as I possibly can. Prior to this 4 o'clock meeting that we didn't have, I believe we were able to honor all but 3 voluntary transfers. I think, is that right, or if there's more?
Just about 3.
Just about 3.
You and I haven't had another conversation about one of them yet.
Okay,
but yeah.
so there's about 3 that we haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that? It's not because I don't like somebody or I don't want it to happen. There has to be an opening, there has to be a good reason, and there has to be the right certification. So I'm not trying to hurt anybody, I'm trying to follow the contract, make best decisions, put people where they want to be. Sometimes it just can't happen because there's no opening or the certification isn't right. This has a long way to go, but this is our real good opening shot. And I'm saying to you that once this gets done and approved next week, we'll be at 95%, maybe 98% staffing. The other thing I want to tell you on this sheet, because it's a timing thing, a lot of these individuals are indicated with the title regular sub. What will happen is, once we want to get everybody appointed and located, then Ms. Massar will say, Mark, you have 6 probationary elementary positions to give, or whatever the number is. Then we'll go back, call the principals, I'll make a decision about where those 6 probationary, so if somebody were to see this, which they shouldn't because it's still a work in progress, I still have not, I want to fill in all of the open positions first, lock people in, get to 99% staffed by July 1st, and then put a report out that has a probationary title next to those that have earned it. So please, please realize that this is a work in progress. And we will get there. By July 1st, we will be at, on this side of the house, about 98 or 99% done. On the other side of the house, is that the classified side?
Yeah.
We have to work in July. Those are the associates.
Mm-hmm.
We're just not there. We're just not there. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Questions? Yep.
How did that go? Was that smooth?
Page 3. Ms. Massaro did most of the work on that. There were.
I'm sorry, page 3 of 27, okay. And which number down is it?
1.
Oh, 1, yeah, that was sad. It went fine. It went fine. I'll tell you a little bit more about it.
Yeah. Okay. So, any questions about this? Maria first, me second, or me first, Maria second. More to come, asterisks to come. I know we're getting a little bit behind time. I have Mr. President Pro Tem or Vice President, member of the board. I just have 3 things left. I mentioned the senior awards next Wednesday at the high school. Tomorrow at Niagara Falls High School, this should have been part of my story too, our outstanding, exceptional education students will have their graduation at 10 o'clock. It is fun. Our life skills program kids will graduate at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning at NFHS. And finally, I have, again, something I have to do a better job at, but the annual Craig Nadrowski Soapbox Derby will take place next Thursday. They gather around 4 o'clock at Pine and Portage. Listen to this, 23 cars ready to compete for the Craig Nadrowski Cup. 23 cars, all built by students and staff. That's pretty cool. And I know Craig, would have really enjoyed that, and it's in his name we do that. Those are my updates. I did give the updates earlier. Mr. Vice President and members of the board, I do want to lay something out. We have a board meeting next Thursday. We also have a board meeting on July 1st. Because, again, of the, I call it cattywampus schedule of this month. I got you talking over there, don't I, Becky? We can't have, we have Juneteenth and we have graduation. We may need, for a number of reasons, to add a board meeting. And the board meeting that we may need to add is to give you publicly more update about the cell phone policy as the major topic, because this is a big thing. And then there are 2 executive session items about the promotion or appointment of individuals. That includes some of the work you're doing tonight, as well as administrative promotions and moves which will occur on July 1st. Maria, Rick, Mr. Weiss is part of NFT, Mr. Ventry as the ASC representative, thank you, Rocco, interviewed 13 individuals today, and they have 6 interviews tomorrow on administrative appointments. I would like to first, I need to hear from the committee, then I need to make some decisions and recommendations to you. So I think we have a need for another meeting this month. It's just very busy, and that cell phone policy and those administrative appointments and some other appointments you have to make need some time. Mr. Pareto and I sat this week, yesterday. I'm going to throw out 4 potential dates: Wednesday the 18th, Monday the 23rd, Tuesday the 24th, Wednesday the 25th. I just feel like we need to have a meeting before the July 1st appointments. So I don't know what your pleasure is, Mr. Pareto.
Yeah, I was just going to say that in our board. What's your schedule? Like I just said, and
Yes. Thanks. Mike, what'd you say?
I prefer not Tuesday, Monday or Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday.
I'm trying to, I crossed off one, I crossed off the 24th. I heard any day, I've heard Wednesday the 25th, Wednesday the 18th, and Monday the 23rd. Preferences, no preferences.
I'm okay.
I'm sorry, Earl, I didn't hear you. All 3 work?
I'm good for the 3. Jim? Okay, he's good.
He's good.
I'm good.
Now, the 18th, the 25th, or Monday, you want a Wednesday or a Monday? Wednesday of BOCES. I'm going to suggest Monday the 23rd. That will, Monday the 23rd.
Nikki, you all right with that? All right, I'm good. I'm good for the 20th.
Okay. Board members, thank you very much. Appreciate the way we did that. Just so you know, and Judy, you have a lot of work to do on this. By law, Judy has, yeah, same thing. By law, Judy has to put a 72-hour notice out. It will be a public, I'm asking board members for a public, non-speaking, non-voting meeting with an executive session. So the public meeting agenda will be anything that we need to clean up for graduation, but that should be 2 minutes. And then cell phone policy data. Then we'll go into executive session for the purpose of the appointment, promotion of people. That's all. If you're all okay, 5 o'clock dinner, 5:30 meeting, and I'll do a 30-minute presentation with executive session at 6 o'clock. 30 minutes on cell phone, 6 o'clock on the on your executive session stuff. Thank you very much for coming to that conclusion so quickly. I appreciate it. Mrs. Dunn has just been eyeballing this. This is the 25th anniversary shirt. It's really cool. It's for you. It's for you. Mr. Pareto, members of the board, we need I have one last thing. I have a certificate of mastery, board mastery. Congratulations to Mr. Earl Bass, who are presenting a certificate of board mastery. Earl Bass, through NYSBA's board recognition, he has now picked up 250 points for the school board training. Congratulations, Mr. Bass. Mr. Pareto, I am asking for an executive session. Because hi, Paul Wolf, I know you watch this every week. He's not here, Paul. Paul watches these to see how much violation I do on executive session things. He's the guy that watches the executive sessions around the world. Hi, Paul. I'm going to have an executive session for a permissible motion. That permissible motion, I'm fully confident in, will be for personnel matters which may lead to the appointment, employment, promotion of a person or persons. That's the reason for the executive session.
Mr. Velardo, second. Okay, all in favor? Motion carried.
Thank you. No action taken after. Pareto, easy on the gavel.